Hello and welcome to this week's edition of CTN Community Update. It's been nearly 20 years in the making, but Coon Rapids now has a purchase agreement for one of the largest redevelopment areas in the city. CTN's Jennifer Anderson checks in on an open house for the Port Riverwalk redevelopment.
Coon Rapids Boulevard improvements will occur next year.
Curious residents filled an open house this week to learn more about a 35-acre redevelopment site in the city. Labeled Port Riverwalk nearly 2 decades ago, progress has been slow for this prime bit of real estate along Coon Rapids Boulevard, not far from the Coon Rapids Dam.
It's been a somewhat tough site to develop just because it's so large. There's a market for development at this location, but it's a very large linear site, so we've been working with Central Homes for the past couple years on some concepts.
Buildings were demolished in the early 2000s to make way for new growth, but the housing crisis and recession stalled earlier attempts to redevelop the land. Now, Central Homes has signed a purchase agreement to build 145 detached townhomes on the site and expects to have a full set of plans ready by the end of the year. Meanwhile, the city plans to build new trails, lighting, and landscape starting next spring.
It's certainly one of the larger scale development projects we've seen in recent years, and it really is exciting to see this type of housing product. It's something we haven't seen a lot of in Coon Rapids in recent years. We feel there's a good demand for it.
Well, I've been watching them for 3 years, waiting for them to build on that spot ever since I first heard about it.
Longtime resident Tony Walker is anxious to downsize, and Port Riverwalk is how she plans to do it.
Oh yes, I've got my house picked out. I just wish there was a floor plan to go with it.
For CTN Update, I'm Jennifer Anderson.
One big concern some residents have is an increase in traffic. The city will add a third lane to the eastbound side of Coon Rapids Boulevard and also plans to build a pedestrian bridge. Construction on the road and landscape improvements is set for next spring.
1, 2, 3.
Work is officially underway at the site of the newest apartment project in Coon Rapids. On Thursday afternoon, a groundbreaking ceremony was held for the Riverdale Station Flats, which includes the construction of a 4-story, 184-unit market-rate apartment building and a 71-unit mixed-income building. A second phase of the project will include senior housing. The apartments are being built adjacent to the North Star commuter rail station for easy access to transit and the nearby shopping and restaurant district.
This mixed income, mixed use project adjacent to rail and jobs, adjacent to commercial, it's a strong demonstration of smart development, and it serves as a strong demonstration of how a quality development vision can come together and be achieved through public and private partnership.
It's been more than 25 years since we've had new market rate apartments in town, and so this is really needed, and the senior housing to follow is going to be really attractive as well.
The apartments will feature many amenities, including high-end finishes, a dog run, playground equipment, underground parking, and walking paths. There's also 4,000 square feet of commercial space. The smaller mixed-income building is expected to open next October, with the larger market-rate apartment building opening in early 2020. A project that would construct an overpass at the railroad tracks on Foley Boulevard is taking another step forward. Earlier this month, the Anoka County Board hired a consultant to provide design services for the project. In addition to the overpass, plans call for a 4-lane divided roadway with a median, sidewalk, trail, and improved access to the Foley Park and Ride lot. Last year, Anoka County was awarded $7 million in federal funds. The project has an estimated price tag of $18 million. Construction is expected to start in 2020. A celebration of the sun took place in the city of Ramsey this week. On Thursday, Conexus Energy and its partners marked one of the first energy projects in the country to use batteries combined with a solar array to manage peak demand. CTN Steve Antis reports.
It was a connection celebration, all thanks to the sun and a battery. It's all part of Conexus Energy's new innovative solar plus storage project.
It's the first time in the Midwest where we've taken solar energy and allowing it to fill up batteries so that we can shift the use of solar when it's less valuable to when it's more valuable.
That can put out 3.4 megawatts. The storage can put out 6 megawatts.
Tours were given of the Ramsey site. This solar array uses over 13,000 solar panels on 18 acres. These containers hold over 1,200 batteries capable of providing power for 2,700 homes.
I'm terribly impressed.
State Senator Jerry Newton likes the project's added ecological impact of providing a habitat for bees and butterflies.
And to know that they're going to be using the land underneath for pollinators, I mean, just further adds to it. So we're getting, 2 bangs for the buck.
In all, Conexus hopes to save 25% on energy costs.
What we're going to be doing over the next 6 months and into next summer is putting the system through its paces. And we will know exactly what we are saving at that point in time.
In Ramsey, Steve Antis reporting for CTN Update.
In addition to the site in Ramsey, there's a second project twice the size in Isanti County. The solar systems are currently in testing, but by December, everything will be operational for commercial service. With just over a week to go until the midterm elections, early voting is picking up. So far at the Coon Rapids City Center, more than 1,200 people have cast absentee ballots in person. Starting Tuesday, citizens who vote early at City Hall will be able to feed their ballot directly into a machine. In addition to regular business hours, City Hall will also be open for early voting the Saturday before Election Day from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. District 11's 2 new elementary schools under construction now have names. On Monday night, the school board approved the names for the new schools. The school in Blaine will be called Sunrise Elementary, and the school in Ramsey will be known as Brookside Elementary. Committees made up of staff, parents, and community members helped narrow the list of suggestions and provided recommendations to the school board. The new elementary schools will open in the fall of 2019. For nearly a century now, the city of Anoka has played host to hauntingly fun entertainment each October, and this year is no different. CTN's Dan Carpenter takes us to the Halloween capital of the world to show us some of the festivities.
Carving into a pumpkin takes effort. And to do it with artistic precision takes finesse.
We'll fix it. It's fine.
Well over 100 children between the ages of 3 and 12 had an hour to come up with an award-winning design.
I love your eyes. We make up new events every year, try to get more people involved, so there's something for everyone to do.
For the past 98 years, the city of Anoka has had a special enthusiasm.
It's a ghost.
For Halloween.
It says boo.
A young man in Anoka named Harold Blair was a Boy Scout. He brought a proclamation to Congress in Washington, D.C. They read it and they proclaimed Anoka the Halloween capital of the world.
With a full month of events and no less than 3 Halloween parades, the city is defending its title well.
It's continued to grow to the likely the largest celebration in the upper Midwest.
So this is my pumpkin.
All events are family friendly.
I like the holiday Halloween because it's pretty spooky. Congratulations!
At the moment of sunset, something else begins to illuminate the night. The Light Up the Night Parade is a full hour of entertainment. Every float is a uniquely illuminated creation, including all the jack-o'-lanterns carved earlier in the day. Reporting from the Halloween capital of the world, I'm Dan Carpenter for CTN Update.
The 98th annual Grand Day Parade takes place tomorrow, Saturday, October 27th at 1 p.m. in downtown Anoka. The parade is 1.5 miles long and features 15 marching bands. The Coon Rapids Ice Center is hosting a Halloween-themed event this weekend. The annual Spooky Skate will take place Sunday from 5:30 to 7:30 p.m. Tickets can be purchased at the door. Children 5 and under are free with a paid adult. Come dressed in your favorite costume and participate in the costume contest, spooky fun, and games. Also wanted to let you know that students from Coon Rapids High School will also be out collecting items for their food shelf on Halloween. So if you have any, leave them at your doorstep. They'll be collecting from about 5 to 8 p.m. on Halloween night. That's going to do it for our show today. Thanks for watching. We'll see you again next week.